Stay at Hard Rock, win and fill the stadium, fly the kids in the Chinook. Did I pronounce that correctly? Helicopters?
Chinook helicopters, yeah.
At $70,000 tuition, it should be included.
Yeah, this is an interesting thing because John Ruiz, a billionaire, basically, going to be, I think, the richest man in Florida when his company with this IP goes public, has said that he wants to tear down Coral Gables High School and build a 50,000 seat stadium there at the corner of Bird and Lejeune, I believe it is, in Coral Gables. The superintendent of Miami-Dade schools, Albert Carvalho, said unequivocally that that is not happening, and they're not entertaining raising a school to the ground. And it's one of the oldest schools in Dade County, Coral Gables Senior High School. But that's been a talk, and then obviously, since he's saying that he wants to find an on-campus or closed stadium, people have taken off with that and everything and whatnot. And of course, fans of other teams want to always talk about Hard Rock Stadium like they don't love it when they come here. And it's a NFL site. We're going to have a F1 race around that with that as a centerpiece, and the track going around that and everything, like major concerts, major events, Super Bowls. You know what I mean? Like, that's the stadium. Yes, it's far from campus. Don't really care. To Falcon Rex's point, I had a joke with my friends in college based upon our tuition. Because then it was slightly less. It was like 55 to 58,000. But somebody in the horticulture department at orientation said that it cost between $50,000 to $60,000 to upkeep one of the royal palm trees. And there's many royal palm trees on campus. And so we all picked out our own palm tree. It was like, my tuition is this one. So mine was if anybody watching remembers the old Rathskeller, it was an old bar on campus that was built, and it was grandfathered in with its own liquor license that's been transferred now to the new one. But anyway, if you remember the old Rat and you left 3 trees down from the Rat on the auditorium side, the Gusman auditorium side, it was 6 down. So if you're coming from the School of Music, it was 3rd down on the left. If you're coming from the Rat, it was 6 down on the right. That was my tree. So a similar kind of a thing when he's talking about my tuition should include these kind of things for them or whatever. But how many Chinook helicopters would it take to put, all the equipment and all the people? Like, that's a lot. But hey, we got money now. Why not? Let's do it.
All right. Ronan, appreciate you being here, man. Stadium is not the issue. Lack of wins has been the issue. 2017 proved my point for me. Delighted Mario is home. Can't wait for this to get rolling. Go Canes.
Man, that is so true. And Mario Cristobal talked about, creating a home field advantage and having fans there to support the team and be the energy for the city and support them. And all the players are quote tweeting that clip of the video, like James Williams, your superstar freshman safety, and other guys saying, yo, this right here. But man, if you were there, and again, I've talked about it and I will continue to talk about it as long as I live, that Notre Dame night in 2017 was as electric or more than any night that I ever spent in the Orange Bowl. Any day, game, whatever. This is 2000 Florida State. This is 2003 Florida. This is any of those games. The duels against Virginia Tech back when they were good. The Louisville Thursday night. The Thursday night with West Virginia when Quincy Wilson, not related to the one who played Florida, but when he shook every All-American and put his shoulder into Brandon Merriweather's chest and hurled him and strutted to the end zone, and all these games. They didn't hold a candle to that night at Hard Rock Stadium. It was incredible. And if you go back to the week before with the Virginia Tech game, that same Saturday night, ESPN or ABC national kind of a game. Look, man, it's not far from that. It's not a far distance for that to be normal. And even if that super supreme fan experience isn't there every week, even if it's only 40,000 in an 80,000 person stadium, Miami fans are loud, bro. Loud. That Seven Nation Army gets cranking. And whatever and it gets to be a big 3rd down and they do, bro. I'm telling you, even with a half full stadium, it is. I mean, look, Notre Dame in 2017 talked about it being so loud that they couldn't have signals. You've had other teams come in and talk about, man, we had all these false starts and we thought Miami, everybody's going to be on the beach and it's going to be chill. But like we couldn't hear and we're false starting and then they scored that touchdown because we didn't hear their snap count. So the guy's already by us before we're moving and not, like it is not a far off thought or a crazy thought that Hard Rock Stadium can be and is one of the best home fields around. And now you have all this energy. I'm telling you, turn up the volume when you watch one of these games. You will hear the crowd in full throat. I'm telling you, watch the number of false starts. Watch this. It is not far away. And to Ronan's point, start winning some more of these games and see what happens. Man, I'm telling you, it could be special. It could be special.
Cam's fired up. Falconer X is here again. When Alabama plucks a young coach, you should ask why.
Yeah. I mean, when Alabama pretty much picks anybody at this point, whether it be a player or a coach. I don't know who this is in reference to specifically at the moment.
I don't either specifically.
But yeah, no, I mean, if they're associated with that program and everything, they are operating at a high level of excellence. So yeah, if you're looking to build out a program or build out a staff, that would be a good place to start if you could.
Roland, appreciate you being here. Asking about an update on Kamari Rogers.
Kamari Rogers spoke with Mario Cristobal the other day, and his family, obviously, his father, the Rogers dad, has been big on social media about like he's a Hurricane fan and really, didn't push Kamari there, but is very excited that he's coming to Miami and things like that. But Mario Cristobal apparently allayed a lot of concerns that Kamari Rogers might have potentially had. That was giving him pause to, go visit Ole Miss and go visit Mississippi State because he's from Mississippi, is Kamari Rogers. And hopefully he'll visit again this weekend, I want to say, before early signing. But all signs right now point to us keeping Kamari Rogers. Excuse me, not only that, but again, there's all kinds of guys out there who were not on the board, who could potentially be on the board. And it's going to be a crazy run to the early signing period and then to February signing day. It's going to be a crazy run. Like inside baseball, right? I start the recruit notebooks early. I do. This year I did not because I was not sure about Manny Diaz's status and where guys are going to go. Now, in the next week, I have a lot of typing to do. But, we create these graphics. The incomparable Mike Meredith makes these graphics for us and everything. And I was just like, look, make graphics for the guys that we have, and we'll have to catch up and do notebooks down the line. But who knows? You know what I mean? Nigel Kelly, Shamar Stewart, the Anthony Lucas kid who's from North Miami but lives in Arizona now. Kevin Coleman, I think is his name. He's a 5-star wide receiver from St. Louis who all of a sudden is like, hey, maybe I'll look at Miami. These offensive linemen who were, going to Oregon but now are decommitted from there. Maybe we circle back on them. Maybe a Jaden Gibson who Miami was recruiting and he picked Florida, but now he's decommitted from Florida just today. Like, there's so many moving pieces. And we'll see, because obviously, like the early enrollees of the group, they're gonna want to sign now. You know what I mean? When they can, like, next week. Because I think it goes Friday or Wednesday to Friday. But yeah. So that's the short story long. But Kamari Rogers looks like we're gonna keep him, and then Mario's on the case, bro. So we're starting to run up after a bunch of other dudes. So stay tuned. It's gonna be, and it was so radio silent during the season because we played like shit. You know what I mean? Like there was no buzz. Like all the buzz that we had leading up, like you just see, okay, here's one decommit. Here's, the Justin Medlock kid from Texas, 3-star linebacker, 3-star, 4-star borderline guy, but Manny Diaz was the DC and the linebackers coach, ostensibly. So it makes sense if he's gone that, he's going to look at his other options, but like there's a 4-star linebacker who's committed to Oregon and then he decommitted. You know what I mean? Like there's other guys out there. It's going to be it's going to be a whirlwind, both now and into the future. And if y'all don't know, if you're listening for the first time, first of all, thank you. Second of all, I started as a recruiting focused blogger. Like, I didn't really give opinions. I really just talked about high school stuff and recruiting. So I've been doing this for more than a decade now. It's different, and it's in the best way possible too. So it's going to be crazy, but there's your answer.
Your 5-star offensive tackle from Texas is Kelvin Banks.
There it is, Kelvin Banks. And then the other one was Cameron Williams from Duncanville, I believe it is, the 4-star.